Welcome to the BAM podcast. That's right, BAM, business and money instead of bitching and moaning. This is the 2.0 version of the top 3 podcast, True Underdog. This will give you an inside look at building a business, overcoming business and personal issues, and most of all, not bitching and buying into this bitch-ass cancel culture lifestyle. I'm tired of it. I'm sure you're tired of it. Take it from me, who I built 3 companies and have done over $1 billion in sales in my time. You're going to hear from cool-ass guests as well on my show. You have 0 time to bitch, time to make your move. Let's fucking go. Bam. Bam. This is the BAM podcast. That's right. Business and Money podcast. I'm your host, Jayson Waller. I again want to say thank you to the supporters out there, the listeners out there, the subscribers out there to make us a top 5 entrepreneur podcast in less than 6 weeks of running the show. So thank you so much for doing that. Make sure that if you're a first-time listener, you subscribe on all platforms, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole 9 yards, all of the above, TikTok, all of it. Make sure you subscribe. Now, today's show is change your frequency, right? What is a frequency? Well, frequency to me is kind of where you're keeping your mind, your mental state of where or what you're doing in your life and how you feel about things in your life, your mindset, and where do you continue to put that frequency? And, you know, I think if you start to expect great things, then great things will happen. It's in the law of attraction. But if you think negatively, nothing positive can happen. I mean, I know it seems simple, but it's true. I mean, manifestation is real. Like, we know this. We know that everybody's successful in this world, whether it be in business, whether it be in relationships, whatever it is, they manifested what they've got. They believed in what they're doing. They saw some kind of roadmap, you know, some kind of pathway to where they want to go, and they followed that. People just don't fall down and become successful. I mean, it just doesn't happen. I mean, maybe you get lucky and you get a viral video, but you know, that only lasts so long, and nothing against those, you know, viral video folks out there. But I'm talking about, you know, real success, real progress, real wisdom, real ability to get to the next level in life, and an appreciation of that. You have to expect great things. You have to higher your frequency on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. I had an episode recently, you got to bet on you, right? You have to do that. I mean, if you believe you can make it happen, you can make it happen. Like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they believe they can make it happen. How many of you out there ever seen somebody that didn't believe it would happen and they were successful? That's right, none. 1,000%. If you don't believe 1,000% that you can do something, then you'll never do it. But if you don't believe it, then I guarantee 1,000% you won't get shit done. You won't get to that point. It's like, okay, I want to build another business to be at $100 million. I believe I can do it. I want to do that. Okay, great. Now I've got my chances and shot to do it because I'm hiring my frequency to where I want to go. I'm trying to manifest that. I'm trying to believe in that. You know, I believe in the laws of attraction. I'm trying to put that in front of me. It's tangible. I'm going to set my goals. How do I get to 100,000 in sales a month? How do I get to 500,000 sales in a month? How do I get to $1 million in sales a month? How do I get to $5 million in sales a month? How do I get to $15 million? Like, you set those goals that are tangible to get there, and all of a sudden you turn around and you go, wow. Built a $100 million company again. We're adding employees. We're changing the world. We're putting out great products, whatever it is. If I go, there's no way I can do it, then there's 1,000% you're not going to fucking do it. Like, that's the facts. Like, you can't say I'm not going to be able to do something, or don't believe in yourself and think you're going to do it. You know, hey, I want to be the the starting quarterback on my high school team, or I want to be the starting quarterback in the college team, or I want to make it to the NFL. That person that wants it, I believe I can do it if I work hard. That person that believes it, I'm going to put in the effort and the work to do it. That person that's putting in the work to do it has a real shot to get it. The person's like, there's no way I'm going to start on the high school team. Listen, motherfucker, you ain't. There's no way I'm ever going to be a college quarterback. You're right. What you're fucking putting out in the universe is correct. There's no way I'll ever go to the NFL. Motherfuckers, that's what you think. You're absolutely right. That I can assure you, right? If you don't swing, you'll never get on base. If you don't grab that bat, you don't swing at that pitch, you got zero fucking shot to get on base. That's a fact. And if you don't think you can swing the bat and you decide not to do it, then you're never going to get there. That's just how this works. Right? I mean, it's all the frequency. It's mindset. It's putting things into the world. I can, I will, not I can't or I won't. It's I can and I will. I can and I will. That's powerful. You know, I am is powerful. Not I am not, okay? I am successful, not I'm not successful. I am. I am confident, not I'm not confident. I am going to succeed, not I'm not going to succeed or I can't succeed. If you change a lot of the verbiage out there with I am or I can or I will, that will help change your frequency. You just have to start practicing that, believing in that. We all go through bumps. I mean, everybody. I'm going through bumps every day. Right? We'll get into that a little bit later in the show. You know, I want to talk about frequency and setting the expectations and laws of attraction and believing in what you want to put in front of you that you can do it and believing in yourself and manifesting it. You know, we talk about why is the lion the king of the jungle, right? Like, why is he the king? I mean, I know he's got ferocious teeth. And I know he's strong and he's a bad motherfucker, right? But rewind time. Pretend you didn't know any of that. You just lined up all the animals. All of them. And you had zero knowledge of any of those animals. Zero. You just line them all up and you're looking at them. Who do you think's going to be the baddest motherfucker out there? What animal do you think would be the king? Think about that with me. Stay with me. You don't know anything about these animals, so you can't cheat here. You gotta blank out your mind real quick and say, you know, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I don't know lions are like this, or, you know, cheetahs are like that, or alligators are like this, or elephants are like that, or giraffes are like that, or, you know, hyenas are like that. Nothing. Wolves are like this. Like, no. You know zero, okay? You know zero. What you know is you're seeing them for the first time. Lining up all these animals, they're all lined up. Who do you think's going to be the king of that jungle? You're not going to say the lion. The elephant's much bigger than the lion. The hippo's bigger than the lion. Shit, the alligator looks fucking meaner than the lion. A tiger, almost the same size as a lion, a little smaller, pretty intimidating with the green and black stripes. Think about that. A gorilla with the huge arms. A bear. You're like, fuck, maybe it's the bear. Like, who do you think it is? You're not going to think the lion. Who do you think is going to be the smartest of that group? You're not going to look at that group and go, who is the smartest here? You're not. You're not going to think it's the lion. You're going to think maybe it's the elephant, or maybe it's the giraffe, or maybe it's the bird, or maybe it's the gorilla. And I'm not saying the lion's the smartest. My point is the strongest, the smartest, the fastest. You're going to look at these animals. Who do you think's the fastest, right? You don't know. You don't know the cheetah's the fastest one. You don't know. You're just looking at these animals with no history of what they are. You don't have any of that information on this exercise. You're literally just looking at them picking that. Well, now I'm going to tell you the reason the lion is the king of the jungle is because the lion's frequency is where it wants to be the king of the jungle. When the lion goes in and sees other animals, it thinks, lunch, I'm hungry. I see an elephant, I'm going to fucking eat it. I don't care how big it is. And an elephant's much bigger than a lion. It sees fucking hyenas, I'm going to go kill them. It sees fucking zebras, I'm going to go kill them. Zebras are taller and in some cases bigger than lions. But it's his mindset, right? His or her lioness mindset, the frequency, the manifestation, the mentality that they believe that they are the fucking king. The elephant, as big as it is, doesn't believe shit. Weak-minded. Doesn't have confidence. Very scared. Bear give a run for the money with the lion, of course. I mean, I like bears. Tigers. You have to imagine yourself in life, what animal do you want to be? You want to be sheep, like my boy Sean Whalen says, or you want to be a lion? No sheep, only lions, right? That's his belief. He's coming on the show soon. Okay? There's that. Do you want to be a cow like I talk about, or buffalo? What do you want to be in this life? If you're wanting to be a fucking lion, then you need to be a fucking lion. You need to act like a fucking lion. You need to fucking have confidence like a fucking lion. You got to go out there and pump up your chest and fucking have swag and grit and just exuberate like I'm ready to fuck this world up like the lion. You got to put that frequency there. You got to have that mentality. You got to come in and own the fucking show. There's not a lot of lions out there. You know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people will hear this episode. 5% of you are lions. 5%. 5% of you have the ability to change your frequency, to take it to another level. Most people just get by, do just enough. That's it. That's all they do. They're like the rest of the animals. But the fucking lion, that's his show. That's his turf. It's his fucking jungle. He runs shit. Right? Do you want to run shit in your life? Do you want to better yourself in your life? Well, I'm going to tell you, it starts with your frequency, your belief, your mindset. You have to see it. You have to believe it. You have to dream it. You have to put in the work for it. You have to breathe it. You have to taste it. You have to want it. That's the difference between real success and just getting by. That's the difference of a Jeff Bezos or an Elon Musk and fucking John Doe. It's not that those guys are fucking way smarter and way better, they had an advantage. It's that they fucking had the frequency to believe in themselves, to put in the fucking work, to grind, to hustle, to have grit, to overcome adversity, to never quit, and to fucking get where they want to go. Like, your life, you get to dictate. Nobody else. You get to go ahead and figure out what it is you're going to do every single day. How are you going to act today? How are you going to react today? How are you going to overcome if somebody says something hateful to you today? How are you going to overcome if your boss is an asshole today? How are you going to overcome if your spouse is mean to you today? How are you going to overcome if your kids don't listen today? How are you going to overcome when the bank account's low today? How are you going to overcome when you didn't get paid what you thought you were supposed to today? Those are real life problems. How are you going to handle if someone you love or care about is very sick or they pass away today? Are you going to be able to recover from grieving? Are you going to be able to go make more money in your bank account? Are you going to be able to go find a better career or job to provide for your family? Are you going to be able to coach and mentor your kids to be better? Are you going to be able to have the tough conversations with your spouse to say, hey, you know, that hurt my feelings. Let's figure that out. What are you going to do to change? You got to change your frequency. You got to adjust it. You got to get it out of the fucking mud and put it in the clouds. You have got to believe in you, and you've got to start manifesting what you want to do in this life. I say it time and time again. If you fucking put it in the universe and you want it bad enough and you're willing to work for it, you will get everything that you want, and everything that you put in, you'll get back to you, I promise. Somehow, some way, you're going to get that back to you. But if you don't believe it, and you quit, and you surrender, and you give up, I mean, you're never going to get there. You're never going to get there. Some of you are listening right now saying, well, Jayson, that's easy to say. Where you're at. Listen, I fucking grew up in a trailer park in an abusive fucking home where every time I ever did anything good, my brother hated me for it. And, you know, the girl that I was in love with, her family hated me because I lived in a trailer park. That ended up being my wife. You know, I had to work, you know, deliver papers with my dad every single night and then go to school. You know, I didn't have nice clothes. I had one pair of shoes for school. I had a shitty car that I saved money from a job I worked for $300 to buy. I had to help chip in for bills when I could, when I was working at Boston Market. Like, what the fuck? I lived kind of in the hood, like over represent Concord over at Southbrook off Zion Church. What? Like, that's where I lived. I was just talking to my trainer the other day, and he's like, yo, that's fucking hood. I said, no shit. That's where I grew up. You know, before that, I grew up in Phoenix, Glendale area. Shout out to the homies out in Phoenix, out there by Deer Valley High School, 43rd and fucking Union Hills. That wasn't very nice, pleasant area either. It's really bad now. But they're drive-bys. People getting stabbed. Shit's real. Like, so what makes me any different than any of you out there listening? The only difference is I fucking changed my frequency. I fucking took all the negativity and I turned it into fuel. I fucking found a way to better myself and better those around me. You have to do that. You have to put yourself out there and believe in yourself. You have to not question your abilities. Because the moment that you lack confidence, the world's going to eat you up. I always say, don't allow my confidence to offend your insecurity. I mention it all the time. There's the difference between confidence and arrogance. It's a fine line. I ride that line. I talk about that. I'm right fucking there. It's a fine line, and I ride it on purpose. Why? Because I want to make sure I'm super fucking confident, because I don't want what all those people out there say and all those fucking haters do and make comments and put people down. I don't let it offend me. There's a lot of shit going on with this Generac shit for the listeners out there. And, you know, I've got a company lawsuit against Generac that the bankruptcy now owns. And I still to this day fight for those customers. I still to this day fight for my ex-employees. I have nothing to gain to go out there and call Generac out every day. I have nothing to gain to ask for a national recall. Nothing. I don't know the lawsuit. The fucking bankruptcy trust does. Zero. I get nothing, right? Like, it's owned by the bankruptcy trust to pay the creditors. But why? Because it's wrong. Because there wasn't justice. Because they fucking can sit up on their high little fucking horse, right? Thinking that, you know, they're white collared, and really that CEO is not as white collared as he says. He's a grimy son of a bitch. I've had dinner with him. He is grimy, nasty, inappropriate, doesn't carry himself very well. He's not what people think he is. And he obviously isn't in this situation. You know, there's other multiple companies now closing, big companies closing for the same issue. But between Generac and their implants to the media and doing whatever the fuck it is they're doing with their fraud and scandal shit, they've painted me to be the bad guy with the blonde hair and the Lambos. You guys have seen the video. If you're a big follower, I put it out there. Like, I'm allowed to be successful. Like, I ran a very successful company for 8 years. I made the same salary for the last 4 or 5 years, and the company was worth $50 million in 18, and it was worth $1 billion in 2022. I didn't pay myself anymore. I was paid the same fucking salary with a small 3% increase based on inflation, the cost of living. Like, that's just how it was. But there's this perception out there from the media that there's hundreds of millions of dollars and this guy did this money thing and stole money. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. All these customers picked us because we were the best. We've always done the right thing. We've always done things in good faith and integrity to make sure a consumer has a great product that works. It was Generac's faulty shit and their lies and their scandal and their firmware that shut systems down to not produce what they were promised. For several months, nobody knew. That's what Generac did. I bring this up in this situation of change your frequencies because I still go out there and fight for those people. Say things for those people. Right now on this episode, bringing it up for those people. To bring awareness because it's the right thing to do. Because it, you know, what goes around comes around, and eventually things are going to come back to Generac for sure. They have to. Other companies are closing because of them. Other customers outside of that, there's class action lawsuits in California, which we're not even in California, Florida, we're not even in Florida, Wisconsin, Michigan, all coming after Generac for the same thing. So we didn't make it up. But my point is it's about confidence and insecurity. And, you know, when I am confident and I ride that line and I'm like, look, this is who I am. This is how I'm going to be. I'm not going to let the, you know, people, what they say control me. Well, people are saying some nasty shit. They're saying hateful stuff about my family, which has nothing to do with this. They're saying hateful stuff about me, hateful stuff about my wife, hateful, 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 hateful. And it's really sad because most of them don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They own small little Mickey Mouse companies out of their fucking garage, and they have a comment for everything because they want to matter, and they're irrelevant, and they want to be relevant. And then the consumers, most of them, I feel bad for. I feel bad for all of them, but most of them I feel bad for. They know what's going on. They're like, look, this is fucked up, and I wish there was something you guys could do. But then you have a few consumers that just want to hate and blame. They blame everybody, especially me. I'm the easy one to blame. Oh, my stuff wasn't generic. Well, of course not. But there are other issues that we were always able to manage, mitigate, and address. But when, 98% of your problems all come in at one time and eat up all your resources by the tens of thousands, I mean, that's an issue. It's hard to mitigate and handle any problems. And a lot of those people are left in the dark, and I feel sorry for them. I feel bad for them. I'm like, I'm sorry. I wish there was more we can do. But that's why I'm still fighting. That's why I'm still saying things like, hey, join that class action lawsuit against Generac. Like, you deserve that. Get something in the bankruptcy if they can win that lawsuit to get back to you guys. Like, I do that for them, but I don't let those words bother me or control my confidence. And I tell my wife, she's always bothered. She's like, these people say this about you and it hurts my feelings. And I go, Liz, doesn't bother me. Not one bit. Everything they say, it's just words. Like, it literally doesn't bother me. I've become numb to the situation. People have been so hateful, and all the stuff we dealt with, fighting this battle to keep the company open and try to, survive and try to fix Generac's problem. And, all these things that you just, oh my gosh, you become numb to things. You become resilient to things. And so when people say all this shit, all this inappropriate, hateful, fake news shit, I just shake it off. I don't listen to it. I know who I am every day I wake up. I know who I am when I go to bed. I know how hard we tried. I know how everything we did was in good faith for these customers and for our employees. I know that we ran a great company, or we wouldn't have 40,000 customers. We wouldn't have had an A+ for 7+ years. I know all those things. Those people can't change that. They can paint any picture they want on nonsense, but they're not going to affect me. And I told my old man the other day, we were talking, and he's like, what goes around comes around. I'm like, well, this sucks because I don't know what we did for this to happen. He's like, well, they didn't take everything. I said, no, you're right. They didn't take, I still got my health. I still got my family. I still got my knowledge. I still got my drive. I still got my confidence. Generac just pretty much took my company and several others. That's pretty much what happened with their fraudulent shit, with their products not being tested and us being their test dummies. Like, that's what they did. But I can either sit in the mud and I can cry about it and I can bitch about it and I can fucking just throw a fit, or I could just start a new career, do something else, and still go out there and ask for a recall and fight for these consumers and employees because they deserve justice. They do. I deserve justice, but it's nothing I'm going to get out of it. I'd like to see them have to pay these customers off and fix things. That would be nice. Hopefully, some AGs and people hold Generac accountable and Aaron Jagfeld accountable for his lies. But I don't want to make this show about Generac. I get passionate about it because when we talk about confidence, I have to wake up every day and make sure I stay confident for my kids to see that, my son, the people that work with me. They have to see that I can't be broken by the outside noise. And I'm no different than any of you. If I can do that, you can do that. If I can sit here and fight back and not listen to this stuff and be able to fight, and when I mean fight back, better myself every day and go do good things every day and elevate people every day and try to build something every day, you can too. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's tough. But I go back to confidence. I go back to I won't allow my confidence to offend your insecurities. I dress how I do because I'm confident. I walk how I am because I'm confident. And I do me because I'm confident. And I stay in that realm. And confidence is key. You have to have confidence to change your frequency. If you're insecure, it's hard to change your frequency to succeed. You have to have confidence. You have to watch your thoughts because they become your words. Think about that. Things that you're thinking, you end up saying. So you want to think good things so you can say good things. You want to watch your words because they become your actions. The things you say now because you thought them, you have to act on them. You have to do it. So you got to put that in the universe. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to get this job. I'm going to better my relationship. I'm going to be a better father. I'm going to be a better entrepreneur. I'm going to finish school. Like so many things that you could do. That you got to say, I am. I am changes everything. Okay? I am. Say it before everything. I am great. I am successful. I am confident. Like that shit will get you going. So watch your words because they become your actions. And watch your actions because they determine your future. Everything you do changes your future. Think about that. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they determine your future. All of it is full circle. Starts here in your mind, your frequency, your mindset. Then it goes into what you speak into the universe and what you believe and how confident you are. And then it goes into the action and the work that you put in life and what you're going to do to better yourself. That's the real difference. Everyone struggles and has issues, and it's how you react to them is the real difference maker in life. Like I'm telling everybody right now, no matter what you're going through, no matter how tough it is, you've got this. You got to change your frequency to be positive. You got to change your mindset to be focused. And you got to change your confidence to fucking exuberate, to be a lion. Wake the fuck up and be a lion. Get the fuck up and be a lion. Life will whip your ass and bully you. Stop whining, stop bitching, stop crying. Take control and don't fucking quit. Your future is waiting for you. Fucking do something about it. Bam!